make 5th, 6th. I did not expect them to be in this match fighting it out. I thought that they would have gone out far earlier in this tournament, Big, and yet they've still managed to get through. So is it the resurgence of Big? You know, have they not? I mean, we were not expecting them to win tournaments the way that they were in 2020, but are we starting to see them on that upswing once more? We're going to see right now. There's action on the upper side. Quick play coming in from Dupree. They fully expect the dualies on the hut and just obliterate Keto.
You can see Tizian holding the flashbangs, waiting for his team to move into position. Maybe that warning that you see elsewhere as the lurk smoke grenades. Time for the flash now. Xantaro's going in just ahead of it, looking for the targets, but they're mostly in the hub actually, and they will re-emerge as necessary. 5 versus 2. It's going to be a long road for Tizian, that much is for sure. He's got nothing to save here, so he may as well try and get some kills at the very least. $300 made.
There you go.
Maybe he can make a little more, trying to cost them some Kevlar maybe, keep them towards the site.
Yeah, why not? Nice attempt. Trying to get clever. Not quite going to pull it off. But that looked like a very decisive pistol run. I like to see that coming in from Astralis. Quick play out onto the site, and that's actually almost becoming meta these days to see the dualies on the hut like that.
Yeah.
So they're just instantly checking Keto, and he is getting blasted.
Heavy output is always nice when you can afford it. Get popped in the head though. Things can be very different. I've seen plenty of that in this entire tournament, and maybe we'll see some more now because the Desert Eagles are out for Big. Having lost the pistol rounds, they'll be enforced by territory. Keto, Xantares, and Tizian with the hand cannons.
I'm definitely I'm nervous here for Astralis still because they've lost half of their second rounds after winning the pistol round so far this tournament. So it's by no means done. That's a good start catching the kill on Tabson though. So they're setting themselves up for a success here. But I mean, that's one of the lowest in the tournament. So definitely not a team you can rely on in these second rounds. So as far as Big are concerned, you know, they are going to be Astralis are going to be holding these angles in lobby, waiting for the info push from Big. Big need to make a play here because they're down a man. They need to find some info, and so here we go. And Dupree keeps his cool, takes down Xantares, survives with 3 health, and he's got the bomb. So Astralis need to be a little bit careful here, maybe help him out a little bit.
Yeah, they've seen that. You can see them wanting to press onwards. Now, Astralis don't want to run this clock down too much because that can end in disaster as well. Dupree's made his way elsewhere. Zipx will say hello. 39 seconds on the clock. You see the swing from Sis, and the patience paying off for Astralis now as they have just made it the one player in Keto to try and stop this bomb from being planted. Waiting on the A-bomb site, but a bomb is maybe headed towards B here.
So it's worth, I mean, we can take this. There's not a chance in hell that Keto wins this, so we might as well take a chance to take the time to set up some context here for you. Because this really has been Astralis' go-to map in this tournament so far. It feels like one of the more comfortable ones where Dupree is starting to come into his own on that AWP role. He seems a little bit more confident here on Nuke, and so Astralis are kind of leaning into it. But that still doesn't paint the whole picture. Yes, we're seeing Astralis get better, but they have lost the map twice in the last 2 times that they've played it. They've played it 4 times here at Flashpoint 3. They beat OG and Double Pony on it, but then they went on to lose Mouse Sports in overtime and then lose against Heroic in regulation. So tough opponents. The opponents obviously get harder the deeper into the tournament you go, and it was real close against Mouse Sports. But Astralis, they've lost the map twice in a row now going into this match here. So we'll see if they've made the adjustments necessary. They've had a little bit of time. That extra day, you know, the players were really stoked about that, having that extra day off on Saturday to prepare, to actually have a little bit of time to get ready for this match. That's a big deal for these guys.
Yeah, it's not often they're actually given time off to actually have time off. So it is a nice change. It works out pretty well. We've got an exchange of high explosive grenades towards Squeaky. Not much for Big to offer in round number 3, of course. We have a P250 in the hands of Keto, but apart from that, it'll be the USPs across the board. So Astralis will be looking for a nice start on their T side of Nuke, and if the T side is to be a struggle, then the pistol will become even more important. But we'll see. Time will tell. Big will be looking forward to their first bite. Nuke, Dust 2, and Vertigo are maps in case you are joining us a little late.
Yeah, and they should be switched around at the top there. Dust 2 should be under Big, just so you guys understand that Big picked Dust 2. It's their map. Vertigo will be coming up, and also chosen by Big. And that's also something that you should be aware of here. Usually it's the teams that seed themselves in the tournament, because this is a Valve tournament, they wanted to go with coin toss instead to determine who gets to go first in the veto. And so advantage Big this time, because they get to actually settle on that third map as well as the second.
You know, I kind of miss that randomizer thing at
Which
the
one?
old majors that would always pick Cobblestone as the deciding map.
Yeah, yeah. Nip also were really big fans of that randomizer.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that was, you know, that's the thing with the Ancient. I'm curious to see how quickly it gets picked up, because nobody wanted to play Cobble, and Valve literally had to put a randomizer in to force pros to play Cobble.
But I think people have learned now that it's probably in their favor to force the new map into their map pool and get an advantage over the people who don't particularly want to try it. Sooner you pick it up, the better.
True, and that was how it went with Cobble. You had teams like SK back then, when they were still Danish with Freeze, etc. You know, who they just specialized on Cobble and actually used it to upset good teams. So it's a strategy. You're right. It's a legit strategy that teams can use to get ahead on Ancient. Hopefully they solve some of those FPS issues the map has been having, and like the water and T-spawn and stuff like that. I mean, hopefully they can get that squared away, Valve. But there was a chance. There was a chance they lined up, but nope. Not happening, Searson.
Yeah, I was wondering if we would see the boost that some players opt for, but I don't think they'd have the molly ahead of it to give that little warning. Tizian looks away, but can't save his bacon there. See tabseN trying to hold down the ramp, and how he suddenly got a 3v3. Just as the bomb's been planted, Dupree spotted, and he can't make it towards Decon. This one has escalated very quickly indeed in favor of Big. No kit on the remaining 3 players, but there's some utility here as well. They've got some potential trade fragging situation, although Glaive is trying to make that as hard as possible with the angle he's holding, re-peeking again, but not trying to take too fatal an engagement. They don't know where Magic is right now. Xantara is making it even worse for Astralis. tabseN 1 versus 2. Bomb's being defused, you can see the barrel of the gun, but he needs to find an angle. tabseN there with the wide swing, but no kit means the round goes Astralis' way anyway.
Ooh.
Surely not. Oh.
Wow, he survives that.
The more you know.
Well, okay then. Saves the AWP. That's actually as good as that situation gets for tabseN. Curious to see if tabseN's going to be the one to step up here for Big. We've seen that this tournament where we get those flashes of tabseN of old, but then you would think, okay, that's good for tabseN. He's starting to get kills, but that's also an indicator that things are not well on the Big camp if he's going to be the one making the plays, because he's the in-game leader. He's not supposed to be the star anymore. It's supposed to be, you know, Xantara is supposed to be Searson stepping up and doing that kind of work. So, happy for tabseN that he's hitting shots. Just wish he didn't have to, I guess, if you're a Big fan. And while going into this eco round, I mean, Searson is holding a little bit more aggressively. We'll see if he's going to peek, and he does win the duel against Dupree, but Mace on the other side is taking tabseN. So we're still in a 4-on-4. Keto gets caught. This is all over the place, just action everywhere. I feel for the observers.
These AWPs will be instrumental. If they find a position of one, they may not expect the other. Oh, hold on, they both got kills, never mind. Oh, it's multiple targets for Xantares. Can't decide between them. And now they find themselves in a 2 versus 3. I'm not sure if that scope was heard by Bubsky. I think maybe it was.
Against the double op.
You can see them moving away from lobby. I'm fairly certain they heard the AWP in the hut or lobby area. So wherever they choose to go, if they're lucky, they'll have a 3 versus 1 trade frag situation versus a sniper. You can see Big posted up together. A take of the B bomb site with 2 AWPs would be very interesting indeed. I don't think it's a guarantee that they go for it. You can see them very afraid of the second sniper. See a bit of movement. Oh, could they go for the wallbang? Do they know the wallbang for the plant? Oh, I think he's guessing. This is an actual thing. There's a lineup for it, but it's so rare that you get to do it. Behind, you know, the one that's hidden from the ramp, there is a lineup where you can shoot someone directly in the head if they like run up against it.
I just wish that he had hit that shot. That would have been the most god tier, amazing wallbang that we'd have had all tournament long. Yeah,
you can find the lineup on YouTube somewhere. I haven't bothered to put it on my own channel, but maybe I will, because it's the thing that you will never practice though. So even I don't remember it, but I know
You know it's a thing.
Yeah, I know a little bit where it is.
This is where Anders can chime in on the desk and actually outline it for you. Because I'm pretty sure he knows it right off the top of his head, considering that was his jam for a very long time. But just to put some context here as well, so we saw just how things are shaping up here on Nuke for Astralis. For Big, they've played this map 13 times in the last 3 months, and they've won 3 times. They've lost it, and one of those times was against Complexity at the beginning of this tournament, so they've won, against Complexity, 16-14, but then they proceeded to lose against Mousesports and Double Pony on the map here as well in Flashpoint. So Big, Nuke is definitely a struggle for them. It makes sense for Astralis to pick this map. Astralis kind of feeling like this is a map that they can get something done on, and obviously Big struggling on it right now, not comfortable, clearly. So quick mollies out onto the upper site here for Astralis.
Auto sniper.
That's not something that we see every day.
Oh, nice. The Exist special. Well, down goes Searson with the AWP. Astralis just waiting for Big to seek info and punishing them for their brazenness. Oh, there it is. Well, didn't last very long.
And that's why you don't see the auto sniper very often.
Multiple shots versus 1. There is a clear king in Counter-Strike, and its name is the AWP.
Yeah. I mean, dude, even against AKs, like, players are so good at trade fragging now. Like, you get 1 kill, but the time it takes you to get that 2nd kill, you're just going to get shot in the head. Nice angle here from Tapson, though. Going to drop that bomb, and now he gets that smoke, creating some room for himself. Dupree takes out one of his teammates. But Tapson just trying to be as big a nuisance as possible. Shot attempted from Dupree, and that's going to cost him. What is this?
And it's a very expensive whiff. Now, Glaive has 43 seconds to find the 2nd player. He knows that Tizian is stuck behind the box, but where is the other guy? Sorry, Tabson is stuck behind the box. So where is Xantares? That is the question. And just about found him. But off he goes towards the A-bomb site with the bomb. Trying to commit the safest plant he can. Time considering. Well then, we've got a rotation through Hell, which he seems to be looking for, Glaive. Oh, that's a great angle from him. Visualize the kill and delivers. Now the question is, where is Tabson? Makes his way onto the bomb site itself. Going for the full defuse, it seems. Glaive, he's going to have the angle for this. Oh, straight in the head. 1 versus 2 for Glaive. Delivers, and it's 6-0 Astralis.
Can't even pull that off. Big. Every chance, every opportunity there, and yet it's still Astralis getting a 6th round in the clutch. That is a beautiful shot there from Dupree. Searson, tough angle for him to peek into, and he is definitely at a disadvantage. So glad to see Dupree getting the job done. Would have been a tall order for Dupree to get that 3rd kill, but Glaive experiencing a bit of a resurgence here on this map at the beginning. 6 kills to his name already. So good to see. He was definitely in the doldrums for a while there, trying to figure out his game when he came back. Searson going to get the drop on Dupree this time. Hero AWP for Big. And here we go. Man advantage, and that's going to throw a wrench in things for Astralis. They're definitely going to slow down. Searson not going to just hang around in yard. He's already rotated over, hoping to find another pick, and Magus might get caught here. Has to be careful. Decides to give up the angle now that enough time has gone by. I'm loving how proactive they're being now as well. Minute on the clock. It's about that time for the info. Plays and taps, and unfortunately for him, not able to pick up a kill. The smoke wall going down. He's going to be on the correct side of it now. Can he catch Glaive off guard? It's in-game leader versus in-game leader. And Tapson, unfortunately for him, he might get figured out here. No, he's going to spot him. Beautiful shot onto Glaive.
3 versus 5. Things escalate in favor of Big now. While Tapson's trolling with the AK-47 through the vent, the CTs can reposition. So there's no easy answer for Astralis at this point. Oh, there it is, and another one from down below. It's pretty much a guaranteed right click. Stabby, stabby is out. That's so much money made as well. Zipex with 13 HP. Could do with taking some rifles away. And it's only the rifles that remain. 1 versus 2 versus 2 AWPs, but a bomb's in the vent. 15 seconds to drop, and he's actually given himself a chance. Back up the vent he goes. Searson, I think, is in the squeaky position. The footsteps will surely be heard now as Searson looks to commit to this. Zipex could actually clutch this! And indeed he will.
What?
What can they do to win a round? That's ridiculous. Look at Dupree's face. He can't believe that just happened. None of them can.
None of them can. Bubsky, double facepalm. Magisk, single facepalm. Glaive just chuckling. What is that round? Double knife, $3,000 in Kito's pocket after this round. Additional. And then the king of clutch. That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. That's quite a round. So much to unpack. Well,
He's
now
going back to the Scar 20.
Indeed, he is. Oh my God! That's such an expensive investment. Utterly denied by a flying AWP. Bring a helmet next time.
Dude.
Oh man.
All right.
Slapped in the face with a wet fish in midair, of course.
Well, that's going to set things up nicely here for Astralis. We already have a presence up on the lower side. Zipmix not going to let that happen. Kito going to catch the push. But that was Bubsky sacking himself to get some information. Now they know where one of the guys is. And Big, despite Kito's antics in the vents, still feeling like they need to back off and save, not go for this retake. Searson's only got the 3 health after all. So backing off, saving their gear, and Big Clan right now just cannot catch a break. Multiple clutches going the way of Astralis.
I've got sandpaper, which is not as rough as this situation.
You can get very fine sandpaper, you know.
I like it rough, assembly. Coarse.
Coarse,
you know,
indeed.
my drone lab upstairs. Got to make surfaces
Did
rough.
you make any progress yesterday on the?
Some.
Dude,
got
that
some.
is, I'm so impressed. That stuff just is crazy. The level of detail involved in those drones.
The wing assembly is continuing, but there's a lot to do tomorrow. Tomorrow and Tuesday.
How many days do you have until you fly back to the UK?
I'm probably here for another week.
Okay, so you got some time to just like focus on that if you want.
Yeah. I want to try and complete that before I go. It's really hurts my brain though. All right, so there's no more auto sniper. I think that that idea has maybe fallen by the wayside now. Tizian hasn't opted for a helmet in round number 9, but he does have the M4A4. Kito in no man's land. It's a free kill on Glaive. So again, the lurker has been deleted, but hasn't really helped Big enough to win a round in previous situations. So we'll see what they can do here.
It's still better than nothing, I will say, as this is just going to be slowing a bit down. Magus with the Glock. Fortunately for him, he will find an M4 to play with. And there it is. Dupree rewarded for his patience. Catches Tapson out in the yard. Everything he was hoping for right there. Brings it back to a 4-on-4. So light on the grenades, though, Astralis. They are going to be hard-pressed to get onto a bomb site now. Well, that's
Seems that Astralis are just better on the T side at least. Spotted. Will there be a trade? Kito falling back. Bubs. Oh, that's a painful drop. He's got Tizian on the high ground now. They can double peek together, high and low. You can see Kito creeping forward, though, as Bubsky rotates to bomb. Zipex, who has a better angle here? Maybe Zipex does, but he falls away even further. And I wonder now if Kito's got a chance to make it down to the vent. Looks like he has. Off he goes. Bubsky can raise the alarms. We'll see what Zipex chooses to do. He's heading towards the ramp, in fact, and Bubsky will have to try and stay alive here.
The info, it's all just playing in favor of Astralis here. It's absolutely amazing. Now they've got info on where, they're sure of where Kito is. It's just a matter of figuring out where Tizian decided to rotate. So that flash gives it away. Now they know Bubsky has all the information, Zipnix as well. They can just hold their angles, and this is going to be so difficult for Big to pull off with the bomb planted in the open.
Oh, hold on a second.
Or not, because...
It's planted defensively, and that will give them the angle. So I guess they were preying on shooting them before they made it to the bomb. And Big will find their first round on the board. And that is the plot where you can wallbang people from upstairs as well with the AWP.
That's the one, the default, but definitely thought that Bubsky was going to be able to do something there. Unfortunately, that is going to be Astralis giving up their first round of this first half. 8-1 on the T side. Big going to be breathing a sigh of relief. They can, in fact, win rounds against the Danes. It's not impossible. Glaive, I don't know if he's going to hear those footsteps. Dupree seems to be aware that somebody is close here. Yeah, Astralis, they seem to sense that this is definitely an aggressive play coming in here for Big. They should be able to get this kill. Keto right around the corner. What a shot from Keto. Oh, unbelievable. This is not how it's supposed to go. Astralis with a hesitation, and it's costing them everything. Keto hitting these shots. He is not supposed to be able to do this. Nearly gets a third.
Yeah, it's not too late for Big to make something from this first half. And they're on the right track finally. But things may turn around again. Glaive in a strong position, gets himself an upgrade. These Mac 10s have been quite a problem for Big, especially towards the ramp. Now the bomb has been rescued, and Tabson will be looking for some info with his hot rod M4. Creeping around now, and it's time for Astralis. Oh, Glaive though, he's got a grenade in his hands. That'll be a free kill for Tabson. Weren't expecting him to be here. Bubsky will be able to trade it though. Sipek still creeping with 1 HP. 2 Astralis players together. Not shy to draw this round out a bit. That was not heard by Big. But running low on bomb plant time now. As they, oh, this is a very strong position from Xantares. Surely he gets a free kill here. Oh,
that
hold on a
Molotov.
second. Oh, Molly's taking the angle away! I can't believe it. They're going to clutch again, aren't they? They're going to clutch again. They've got a Molly in for Hut. Sisson has 100 HP. Oh, he's touched it now. They know exactly where he is. Surely someone's heard that. Surely they've heard that.
They got the angle now.
Oh, man. And back to the well we go.
No way. And dude, I just feel like Astralis right now, they're just winning these rounds. They don't even know how they're managing to pull it off. Like, Magus just looks surprised every time right now. But this actually highlights some of the issues here with Astralis. Their trade percentage has been actually one of the lowest of the tournament. So their ability to trade one another is not too hot. It's actually hurting them quite a bit. So that kind of situation there where the spacing is just terrible and Keto gets just a series of duels rather than a 1-2 combination from Astralis, that nearly cost Astralis the round. They are fortunate that they were able to claw their way back into it. And yet, again, we have Searson with an AWP. The hero op, the only man with 2 kills currently. He's been having a rough time. See if he gets a third here. There we go. Glaive completely whiffing.
Astralis had the smallest odds of all the teams today. Otherwise, I would have put maximum points on them. But I put minimum instead because you have to put a minimum in each game. So I put those towards Astralis and went for some greater odds later on. And I think we can see why they had a tighter odds.
Well, for now, it's shaping up very nicely. Of course, we have Dust2 next, so we'll see how that goes. Xantares with the point-blank double dig. Going to be able to pick up a couple kills. Nicely done. Still not done yet. Astralis have been exceedingly good at winning these sorts of situations, but that doesn't mean that Big can't find a way. Searson, wow, Zipnix, get out of here.
Oh dear.
How does he... That's so good.
Hasn't spotted the player below him, but somehow manages to escape. Zipek's pulling the bomb up just as Keto emerges. Oh, he's pretty close now. Looks the wrong way, though. And then it is Tizian with the Desert Eagle now. We see little chances here and there, but Astralis survive almost all the tests every single time. Doesn't matter how bad the situation is. It is 10-1 on the T side for Astralis.
So we're playing this match out right now, and it's to settle a difference of 100 points between these two teams. And the way that it works here in these RMR events, and if you're just tuning in, you haven't really seen it before. This is one of the qualifying events where you will get points going towards the major that will be happening in Stockholm at the end of the year. And these points are critical because there's only going to be a couple of these events this year in order when the players are actually going to be able to compete and earn these points. And so right now, it's a difference 1,200 for 5th place and 1,100 points for 6th place. So the 100-point difference, but still, you don't know how it's going to play out because you're not going to have many opportunities to earn points. And so every point matters at this. Every point matters at this point. Okay. But to put things in context, 1,600 points for the winner of this tournament. And if you came last, you only got 250. So there's a big difference. And those points matter. So these two teams are going to be fighting it out.
Oh, that's such a fast shot from Dupree.
They have been so tremendously good at winning man disadvantaged situations this map, Astralis.
Sidney creeping in the hut now, and Bubsky's ready for him. Tabson spotted on the outside, and Glaive won't fight to the death there. Just enjoying the man advantage for now, keeping an eye on him. He's just being trolled. Meanwhile, just at his will, whenever he feels like it, Glaive, he will engage and then deliver that kill, forcing Tizian forward to his doom. Simply outmaneuvered, just dancing outside while Astralis focus elsewhere.
It's not even like Astralis are particularly strong. This map is an anomaly. It's not even like Astralis are particularly strong at winning man disadvantage situations. And Big are actually pretty good at winning man advantage situations. They should, you know, as far as the tournament is concerned, what we've seen so far from these teams. And yet here on this map right now, it doesn't feel like Big have got the will to win. They're getting the advantage and then just bleeding it away round after round. Astralis 11-1 on the T side, and the angle is there. And Zipnix this time going to give Astralis the man advantage. Nearly clips Keto down to the vents as well.
Yep, it's maybe one for demo review for Big.
I'm very curious to see what Big do next. How are they going to get through this slump that they're currently experiencing? I mean, again, we hold them to a high standard because we see that they're capable of winning tournaments. This is still a 5th, 6th match. I mean, they did manage to make it through one of the more competitive tournaments we've had so far this year. But these are, I mean, Astralis, the most successful CSGO team of all time, and then Big, a very competent team in their own right. So we expect to see them finishing higher in the tournament. Nice HE onto Glaive, though. And that's going to force Keto up into the open. And Astralis, methodical as always, just picking apart this defense. Are we going to get that ramp crunch? Looks like we're going to get the lobby crunch here in a minute from Big. Zipnix needs to keep his cool, and unfortunately for him, he is not able to.
Desert Eagle time.
Deagle.
Santaro's picked up a rifle now as well. And it could be a desperate second round here. Or just lasering into tunnel vision. Bomb's been dropped though. 1v1, Tizian versus Glaive. 20 seconds, Tizian falls down and delivers the second round for Big. Hey, 4 rounds would be weird on the CT side of Nuke, but it's better than 2, so they can build for that, try to head in that direction, see how far they get.
Is Tizian frozen? I think his camera's frozen. Worth looking into there. Admin Arenos. These gloves, though. What do you make of those gloves?
I'm not sure.
That's
they look a bit like that disease from Game of Thrones. That scaly thing.
The dragon scale?
The guy, yeah, that thing. Really, if you think of that. So I don't know, not for me. Bit gross for my taste.
It's interesting.
It's very custody, but a bit like off custard, like microwave custard. And nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that. Going into the 14th round now. And Dupree, very nice. Going near skin, looking good.
All right, it is a pretty skin. The
Popular.
Prince is better though. The Prince is better.
Yes, the Prince is better.
Oh,
nice shot,
just
Dupree.
the arm. Take the wrist off. SMR aside for you, Keto.
And now we're going to get Dupree just kind of playing around here. Glaive has made it down to the vents as well. Do we get the info push from Big? It looks like it. And what a bait and switch. He's going to get another kill here. Big. Yes, Dupree. Excellent work. Playing the angles well.
He's
doing
looking
fine
nasty
work here
on the
Nuke.
AWP today. He's like
Glaive.
just his... Let's not forget, right, the way he's peeking with the AWP, he's essentially doing some crouch peeks here. And this is the nerfed version of it. How it used to be before was utterly bananas. Before they nerfed the movement speed when you're scoped in and so on.
Kenny and JW are just like crying in Kenny and JW right now.
Yeah. Honestly, it was. I loved it because it was great. You could just destroy people, but he's still able to make very aggressive plays like that with the help of a teammate.
It's still possible. We get glimmers of the old glory of what was.
Man, playing top mid on CT side Inferno with a rifle versus a T sniper, just crouch peeking like that. I felt sorry. Actually, I didn't feel sorry for them at all. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. You were the guy. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
You were the guy with the op.
Yeah.
For shame, Bartol.
Great fun. Great fun. This half is great fun for Astralis. We've seen some nutty clutches from them. Some fun highlights for sure. But I would like to see another round here for Big. I want to see a competitive game here on Nuke. And they will certainly need this round. Only 2 rounds on the board. Barely visible are Big in this game of Nuke so far.
12-2. Yeah, it feels like Big are just getting pummeled on Nuke. They're holding their breath until Dust 2, essentially. Seriously going to find a shot. Nicely done. And this is actually shaping up very nicely. There we go. 12-3 at the end of the half. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with the second half and see if Big can get some fight going.
After a very frictionless T side for Astralis, they move to the CT side with 12 rounds on the board versus the paltry 3 from Big. We'll see if they can add to this very small tally here on this opening round of the second half, the pistol round. Glocks out for Big, tabs in with some grenades. You can see that we mostly headed outside. Clave Dupree with a potential double peek. Clave keeps moving around, having a look towards Garage now, avoiding the initial grenades. Tight angle. Oh, they were lining up, but it would be just a one. A trade. A 4 versus 4 as Tizian looks to breach the ramp position and Dupree's heading towards CT spawn.
Tizian did actually get the kill. This sets it up. They're not going to go down secret, though. They're all the way out in hell, but they can make their way to ramp now and actually just crash down into this B bomb site. Searson has got that bomb. Zipnik's and Bubsky, however, going to have something to say about that. Zip going to get caught out with the dualies. And it's all about Bubsky. Unless they were to ramp towards the upper site. And this actually does not bode well for Astralis. dupreeh doesn't have a whole lot of health. He needs to get some crispy headshots here.
They've exchanged places, Tabson and dupreeh.
Impossible situation. And now Bubsky, well, there isn't a whole lot that he can hope to do here. Tabson, for whatever reason, thinks that Bubsky could be trying to save. And now he's like, well, I guess I'm saving. What are you going to do out there?
Yeah, see where Bubsky's able to go. If he runs towards T-spawn, tries to save this Kevlar, which has been touched now and touched even more. Big take the pistol, and it begins.
The comeback is real, James. Not much money gained for Astralis, but that's not going to stop them from going for the Deagle Force Buy. So, Deagle Force Buy, dupreeh on the scoot. And big.
My God, look at those odds.
19. Well, okay then.
Worth a punt, I would say. Put
Yeah.
fiver on there.
Seriously, because, I mean, Dust 2 is coming up next, and that is Big's turf, so we may get the same story just the other way around on the second map of this series. I almost fully expect to see Vertigo between these two teams. Glaive doing whatever he can to do some damage out here in the yard. He is usually very good about hitting shots through smoke, but not this time. Big can count their lucky stars.
Lots of Deagle spam now. 2 meat shots from Glaive, spots one by Blue, but Xantar's will delete him. However, that sets up Zipex to take one in the face, apparently. And then there was Magisk, 1 versus 4. Keep the weapons together. Or drop a potential rifle to him. That's one way to clean things up. 5 rounds on the board for Big then. They win a consecutive. Both teams win their T pistol. 1 round at a time. It's fairly easy stuff. Yeah.
Definitely did work there. Good for him.
Not too scary around for Big Clan, and in this round there'll be a total of 0 spent by Astralis. The shops are closed here on the Sunday. You look at the multi-peak now with some elevation.
Hey, this is the Vitality. Not going to, unfortunately for them, they hear them going rampant, so that's it, the gig is up. But that was the Vitality peak, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
I like it. 5 USPs. I mean, 5 USPs facing at the same time. If you walk into that, you're gonna regret it.
It's like an insta-gib position.
Now, can the MAC-10 make any money? Nicely done. Unfortunately, these rifles decide to try and get kills too, which is always going to be a pet peeve of mine in hard eco, anti-eco situations. Why? The rifles should just actually run to the opposite side of the map and just let the MAC-10s get the kills, so that you can actually use the MAC-10s for what they're supposed to be used for, which is to farm money. You get twice as much money with a MAC-10 kill than a Galil or an AK.
Shoot them in the feet.
Oh, technical timeout. What happened? Oh, Tijan is experiencing cam problems. Hopefully we'll be able to get him connected again here. He is, after all, in the big headquarters, so it shouldn't be an issue. He was frozen before, though.
I have not tried those headphones before.
These ones here?
Yeah.
Neither have I. It's all the same thing. The thing is that they all just kind of mimicked the QPad. QPad were the first ones to do this headset, and then I think they sold the patent, and then that was it. Like, everybody started doing them. But QPad were the first to do the QH90s, I think they were. Those were sick. Remember when they first came out?
What's interesting is the microphones with wireless headsets are always crap. And I think that's partly because of power consumption, I'm guessing.
It must be, right?
But like I have a wireless headset upstairs, and I actually got a mod mic where you can get these like magnetic adhesive mounts, which you can put anywhere, and you can just, because the microphone is magnetic, you can just take it on and take it off. So I use an external microphone with a wireless headset.
That seems very sharp.
So I can walk around with my headset on, if I want to listen to music and so on, and then just clip on the microphone when I'm playing games.
Yeah.
Because the Because if I pop off, you know, when I'm dominating on the servers, right?
Yeah, which you do.
The peaking and so on is horrible with the wireless microphone. But anyway, we're back into it now. The first buy round of the second half. And we start with a 12-6 scoreline. A lot of potential for Astralis and a lot of climbing to do for Big Clan. So we'll see who starts off on a better foot here in round number 19. We've got some chunky grenades outside and a big headshot from Keto. Glaive looking to be a nuisance again, just as he tried to be on a T side. Mixed results, just as it was on a T side, but we'll see how things proceed from here. Big got a number of 5 versus 4s in the first half and failed to convert almost all of them. But now things may be different as the aggressors on the T side.
Surprise, surprise. Yeah, you hate to see it. Especially if you're an Astralis fan. So, Big Clan, they got the defense effectively. Maze, Bubsky, and Dupree, the last 3 alive here, and they're just going to be putting themselves in positions to try and save these guns. Maze might actually be able to find his way out here and get back into CT spawn, so that would, or T-spawn rather, but that would be a fantastic turn of events. Good for him. We may actually have a fairly decent buy going into the next round for Astralis. If they can save these 3 guns, this is actually a pretty big deal. Tapson eventually figures out how the ladders work.
Man, the old ladder sound was so offensively loud versus what it is now. People are like, oh, I miss the old sounds. No, you don't. No, you don't. They were horrible. They were horrible. And if you heard them now, they would be physically painful to your ears. That ladder sound was like somebody smashing a ladder with a hammer.
It's true.
It was so brutal of a sound.
But then have you gone back and listened to some, like the old AK and all that?
Yeah, I see some old highlights every now and then.
Yeah, and I'm just like, this is why I have tinnitus.
Yeah, it's those sounds were a lot. It's only with contrast do you realise. Well, just like Big were looking for their first round for quite a while on their CT side rather. Astralis will be doing the same here. As Big have some momentum going their way now. They will be up against another buy, of course, with the saved weapons of Astralis. They'll buy around those. The grenades begin towards Squeaky. Tapson likes himself a Krieg.
He does. Big fan of the name.
I just can't get used to the fire rate in terms of spraying with it.
It's too slow now, though. It's just off-putting.
Yeah.
Everything else fires so much faster. Why are you getting, it's just, it's like the muscle memory just doesn't want to adapt to the new fire rate. But I guess Tapson, he's just into, weird things like that. Oh, this HE. Wait, what? What?
Just dodged everybody. Bit of dodgeball there through Squeaky. Astralis now trying to thwart the timing of Big with their final grenade. Smoke grenade, that is.
40 seconds.
Yeah, they're still waiting for this execute Big. They've got a lot of mollies as well. They can put some towards main. CT vents. But it seems we might have a plan B from Big here. As they head towards the ramp, Dupree rotating away just at the wrong time. Oh man, they have been baited. What's that drive-by from Xantares? He was waiting for the AK, my God. Safe territory again. Maybe they're playing against the clock since it hasn't been planted just yet, but man, when Xantares gets an AK, it's a completely different game. It's night and day. Get that man an AK-47. Whenever someone collects one, he should always have it if they're on a CT side. It should always be in the hands of Xantares.
See, that would be the real team game there. Getting all those details down. Searson's starting to wake up as well. That's his 10th kill. So good for him. And Astralis is currently struggling to get anything going on this CT side. Not hitting shots, and that's really costing him. That's so unfortunate that Dupree rotates as when he did. For all of that time, they were fully expecting it to be the upper hit, to be the upper execute. Whatever info they had to go off of their Astralis, they really believed the read. But it turns out that that was not going to be the case. Tabson. Oh yeah, there you go. Your shot from Xantares.
Yeah, that drive-by was nasty. Absolutely nasty.
Well, 12-8.
So there'll be a half-buy from Astralis. 2 of the players had over $6,000 So it'll be a dangerous round, but just light danger here and there outside of the Desert Eagles, which are always danger. Seeing more and more 2Ks with Desert Eagles only as well.
This player's getting better and better.
Proving to be more of a nuisance. And there we go, there's 2 kills with the Desert Eagle, just as I say it.
Glaive is there to deliver with a little help from Big as well.
Yeah, but you have to check that corner. I mean, they didn't do the best job with whatever play they were trying to make there Big, it has to be said. And maybe we're going to see the first round in this half for Astralis now, although...
Why'd you have to go and do that, James? Now you cursed him.
Big could still turn this around. Just as Zipex did, let's not forget, I think it was a 1 versus 3 he got. Oh, there we go, nice shot from Searson. And 2 of these 3 players are heavily tagged. They don't really have much in the name of weaponry, Astralis. It's no different to how things started at this point. And maybe their position won't be enough. Or will it?
Well, that is now going to have to force them to move forward here. They cannot worry about the yard anymore here, Big. Down to 30 seconds. They're going to go ramp down to lower bomb site. I like this a lot. Completely circumventing the defense. Although we are getting a very quick rotation down the ramps, down the vents. Timing is just good enough. Dupree a split second too late.
No angle from Decon. Zipex stuck now, and things are looking better as Magisk is alone versus 2. Nothing better than pushing with this. Yeah, he was by the vents between heaven and hell. Heard the rotation, allowed Astralis to quickly move into position, but Big do prevail, it seems. AK-47 collected, and Astralis will have to wait to get their first round on the board. Big are catching up pretty damn quickly. We're more or less seeing a mirror of what we saw in the first half, which is not what I was expecting.
Indeed. It's just a flawless first half so far. Astralis got 8 rounds in a row on the T side before Big were finally able to get a round on the board. That first half ended 12-3 in favor of Astralis. And right now, that's a 6th round in a row for Big Clan. So that was an eco round from Astralis. Let's keep that in mind. Now we're going to get into a buy round here, so let's see what they can do, if they can get the lockdown going for themselves or not. Do not want to let Big pick up this map, Astralis. If Big were to win this map and then we go into Dust 2, I'd actually be pretty worried for Astralis and all of our predictions. Or it would not bode well. There it is, Searson.
It's caught sleeping there, Glaive. Caught completely sleeping. And didn't seem to have much of a focus towards that position, which is always an issue. Maybe it's too early for these teams on the CT side.
Man advantage is still a winnable. I mean, it's still a winnable situation for Astralis. It's not done yet here for Big. We're gonna get a cool execute though coming in. The smokes are about to go over the top. It looks like. Lining him up. Very cool stuff. And yet Dupree, man, can't miss that shot, Dupree.
Yeah, he was so nasty on the T side of the AWP. Super fast, super accurate. Not the case on this particular round. Magis now trying to play off of his teammates here. Maybe Zipex can still offer him some help from the high ground. Really trying to make it work and play together here. The flashbang so important though. And now Searson finds himself alone versus 2. Magis trying to create some space for himself, and Astralis have finally made a round on this second half. 13-9. There's plenty of money where that came from Big Clan though. Astralis will save 2 AWPs as they move into round 23. We'll see if Big can turn things back in their favor.
So important that they managed to actually pick this one up. And with 3 players surviving as well, Astralis are going to have a formidable buy. Of course, Big, with how many rounds they've won, they've got plenty of money in the bank. Still have plenty of money in the bank after a full buy. So let's see here, Big. Do we see a change of pace? Yes, straight into ramp. I love it. All-out aggression going right into Magisk.
Oh, beautiful from Magis, the 3rd frag, and the bomb is here as well. Looking for a very fast ace as Magis. Bubsky will seal the final kill, but that round was in turbo mode. And finally, things are turning in favor of Astralis. There's still money for Big Clan though. They've got 6K plus, so there will be another buy, but they can't afford too many more mistakes like that on this comeback.
thought that he actually missed this one. That was so close.
Good reposition for the third kill as well. Just saw the arm coming out there.
That's the one where he puckered a bit. That got a bit close on that fourth kill. And yet he manages to get the job done. And now we're going to get early aggro into the yard here from Big. Searson going to be hanging around, jump peeking. Glaive very close, ready for a fight. Dupree's got the flash. Ooh. Going to try and rotate around to be able to support here if necessary, but now Glaive is taking a very passive position, so no longer needing the flash.
Dupree now creeping with the AWP. See if he can find his old magic. Big changing the pace somewhat. Grenades outside once again. Oh, Glaive taking heavy damage actually in a secret position. Dupree still holding on to Squeaky for now. See if everybody's got their angles right in that respect from Big Clan. I think Searson will be looking for a peek eventually. Oh, the timing again!
Unreal. Absolutely unreal.
Well, they know it is. I think they know there's an AWP on the A-bombs. That is certainly do now. Dupree going back for it, but Searson's waiting for him. Lining up for Zipex now. Bomb's been dropped, but if there are teams pushing from everywhere. 2 versus 3. Searson and Tabson pretty low. Don't know if Glaive has got an angle for this incendiary. Oh, that changes everything, that kill. Glaive now 1 versus 3, looking for Tabson on the outside, who's creeping towards the door into hell. Maybe he'll send Glaive in that direction as well, if you know what I mean. All of 14 HP. Oh, hasn't checked his left though. Glaive's got no idea either, and off he goes.
Dude, now he checks and Glaive has just moved. Unreal!
Oh, there he is. Well, Bigger only 4 rounds behind. Now with those rounds that Astralis strung together, they have a bye in the hole. So this will be a competitive round in that respect.
Yeah, that flawless round really gave Astralis a chance here. Because now, that would have been really unfortunate if they had to keep going back into eco rounds and giving big, easy rounds to get rolling with again. But this is just such a weird map of CS. Astralis, you'd expect them to be able to just lock it down going into the second half, and yet here we go. Big just pummeling them. Early aggression out in the yard again here from Big. Searson, careful now. Yep. To take that peek, and Glaive has, again, just taken a very passive position, not really challenging in the yard at all. Not common to get mollied back here, though, so he should have more of a chance to just put a fight as they try to wrap through main. There's the flash over the top. Oh, Glaive.
Second kill offered, but Keto will deny it. Minute 10 for Big Clan in his 25th round to make a decision on where they want to go. And outside will now be a problem for Astralis with that kill. Zipex will be heard. Surely Tizian visualizes this. Oh, the flashbang is utterly beautiful. Never saw that one coming. And maybe the sound cue ended up being a bait there for Tizian to eat that flash. That was awesome.
That was so sick. That flash is nuts. All right. And now Zipnik's pushed lobby. Let's see. Timing is everything here, and he is going to get bopped hard by Keto. Keto just hitting nothing but headshots. He got the kill on Glaive earlier. Now he takes Zip out of the fight. Bubsky about to get some action here. Perfectly timed. Just catches him. 1-for-1 trade again. It's crazy how good Big are at getting these trades, though. With that smoke down, it really doesn't leave a whole lot of options.
Yeah, Dupree was one of the smoke grenade, not Magisk up top. Does he go for this? Doesn't have a kit. And it seems he will quietly back away. This big move to 11. Man, this would be quite a comeback. To have a mirror finish on Nuke on a T side of all things. Well, they're pretty damn close. They've put Astralis into eco territory. Of course, they have the AWP. So anything can happen. But it's unlikely.
Another round on the board for Big. Only 3 rounds separating them now. And it should be a half buy, should be a deagle buy here for Astralis. They should not be forcing into this. So another chance for Big to get one step closer. That would be the utter collapse of Astralis. If they were to lose this against Big, if they lose this map, I think they tilt off the planet on Dust 2 and it's just done. There's no way. There is no way that Astralis loses this to Big.
Magisk will continue with the AWP. Magisk, Bubsky, and Glaive with Kevlar. And the Deagles will be out once again. No shortage of spam.
I mean, to be fair, Astralis have lost this map the last 2 times they've played them. Against Mousesports and Heroic. So it's not like they're winning on the map. It's a map that they look a bit better on. But it is still only a 50% win rate for Astralis right now in the last 3 months on this map. So that is, well, I mean, we're seeing that shakiness now. Searson answers back, gets a kill of his own.
Oh!
There's the spot, Searson.
Oh, Glaive, what are you
that's
doing?
Crazy.
It's just hopping all over the shop. Now we have the push towards the ramp position. Zipex finds one. Does he look for a second, or does he go all the way in towards the B-bomb site? Looks like he may be chased, or maybe not. Big heading towards heaven, in fact. Very quickly indeed, and I don't think anybody's here for Astralis. Dupree with Desert Eagle. Glaive with angles as well. Oh, that flames have become very awkward indeed, but he has delivered one more. 4 versus 2 now, 33 seconds. Where did Big go with this? There is a Molotov to be collected. We'll see if he can do anything with it. He's really trying to walk into it to pick up that molly. There it is. Dropping on the low ground as Glaive repositioned. He still has an AWP, Glaive. 18 seconds now. They try to force their way into this A-bomb site. Suddenly the numbers are tied. Searson gets his bell rung, but is still alive. And now Bubsky with the Deagle. 1 versus 2. Just needs 1 bullet for either play. He's halfway there. Bomb planted. Searson with a jump peek. Very awkward territory now. Bubsky trying to just jump over the angle. Oh, and there it is. Searson with that final frag. Very nervous territory for them, but they will deliver that 12th round, Big Clan.
There we go. We're seeing some of that hype from Tabson. 2v4 clutch situation in favor of Big. They get the job done. This is Searson opening it up. And you can see Zipmix just getting clever. But these kills are just coming through. What a play from Tijan. Dashing down there, getting those 2 kills, and then keeping his cool. Frustrating loss there for Astralis, but hey, they had all the clutches going their way in the first half. Big now getting a few of those to come back their way now. Still, that was a round of eco for Astralis. Now we're going to get the buy round. Double AWP AUG. This is one way to shift things up. Big, however, are looking to get clever in here. Can they get out onto the upper side? Yes, look at this flash that is, or this flash. The boost.
Glaive has got a lot to do. Just as he's coming off the head. Look at the trades here. What a ridiculous round. A minute 20 on the clock, and it's a war on the A-bomb site. And these fast rounds have been giving Astralis some chances, and they make it to game point now. Again, there will be more or less a full buy for Big Clan, but there is no more margin for error. 15 to 12 in Astralis' favor. Very explosive on the A-bomb site this round, and Zipex is just here with that AUG. That AUG sounds so good.
It does sound very satisfying, doesn't it?
Just the 3 rifles for Big Clan, actually. Keto and Tizian with Desert Eagles only. High explosive outside. Could make a connection. Indeed, it will. It's good for about 60 damage across the board. Not sure if Searson spotted Glaive there. He certainly did on the second occasion. We'll look to hunt over the smokes now. Got to be careful how deep he goes, though, because there are 2 AWPs in the hands of Astralis in this round.
Now they're actually just checking all of the spots that Glaive has been playing all map long. Tabson, he's not going to get caught off guard. Unfortunately for him, however, Glaive is repositioned yet again, showing the true depth of his game. See if Glaive gets caught by Tabson or not. This is going to be the duel of the in-game leaders for yard control out here. And in the meantime, Tabson, I suppose because of the amount of space that he's managed to collect over here in the yard, getting his teammates to rotate around now towards that ramp, and he can maybe catch them out here. Glaive with the peek, and Glaive is now dead. So we'll get that ramp crunch. Both sides now. Magus is going to be feeling the pressure.
Oh, there's the bomb. That will certainly help. They're lining up. Take a ticket. 2v3, bombs collected by Searson, but he's certainly in the clutch now, and there are superior angles and personnel for Astralis. Tabson 1 versus 3, close but not quite. The comeback was noble, but Astralis had such an advantage, you had to figure they would most likely take it over the line eventually, and indeed they do. Taking Nuke, the first map of this series.
12-3 in the first half, 16-12 the final score. So definitely quite a bit of fight there shown by Big, really trying to keep it close. And we'll hear what our analysts have to say right after the break.